Crystal Palace 21 Ipswich Town match report Tuesday, the 22nd of August 2017-2155 Burson Selina netted his first Blues goal in injury time, but two James MacArthur goals saw Crystal Palace to a 21 second-round Carabao Cup victory over a very young Town side at Selhurst Park. The youthful Blues did themselves proud and held out until the 76th minute when MacArthur curled home the first of two strikes, the second coming 8 minutes later before Selina's goal threatened to spark a late Town comeback. Manager Mick McCarthy named his expected side, which he said yesterday is the youngest he has fielded in his 25 years as a boss. The 10 outfield players have an average age of just over 19. George Fowler, 19, Pat Webber, 18, Shane McLaughlin, 20, and Ben Falami, 18, were all handed the first-team debuts, while Luke Wolfenden, 18, made his senior start. Dean Gherkin, a veteran at 32, was in goal and skipped with Wolfenden at right back, Fowler and Webber the centre-halves, and Tristan Idem, 17, at left back. In central midfield, Flynn Downes, 18, was partnered in the centre by Adam McDonnell, 20, with on-loan Manchester City winger Burson Selina, 20, on the left and Danny Rowe, 25, on the right. McLaughlin and Falami were up front. Downes, Idem and Rowe were the only ones in the squad to have played on Saturday, when they all came on as subs. Town named just the 5 subs. Palace made 7 changes from the side, which lost 10 at Liverpool at the weekend, but still included 5 players who would be considered first-team regulars. Jason Lockilo, an 18-year-old Belgian attacker, was handed his debut. Former Blues defender Damien Delaney wasn't included in the 18, while there was also no place for former loanee Johnny Williams. Andros Townsend, another one-time Town loanee, was on the bench, but Connor Wickham is still sidelined with a knee injury which ended his 201,617. Palace, perhaps unsurprisingly, had virtually all the ball in the earlier stages, and Saleh Kaikai, who was linked with a loan move to the Blues last season, hit a second-minute shot wide. But Town, wearing last year's all-white away kit, gradually began to find the feet, with Rowe playing a superb cross-field ball to Selina in the 8th minute. The Kosovan international, making his second appearance for the Blues, looked to run at the Eagles' defense every time he got the ball. The half developed into a slow-paced game played in an almost pre-season friendly atmosphere, with one side having a spell of possession and then the other without either creating a chance. On 17, after Rowe's promising run had been thwarted at one end, Idem intercepted a ball played into Lokilo's path at the other, the Blues left back diverting it out off the Palace man. 2 minutes later, Downes played a clever ball into Falami's path inside the Palace box, but the Australian was dispossessed as he cut inside a defender. Selina made a dangerous run into to the left of the area in the 22nd minute, but the danger was cleared before he could find a teammate. Town struck the first shot of the match a minute later. Wolfenden played the ball into Falami's feet and the striker held it up for what seemed an age before laying it off to the onrushing Rowe on the edge of the box, but the former Macclesfield man smashed well over. At the other end, Johan Cabai hit a 25th minute strike which was blocked by Fowler, then Patrick Van Aanholt shot well wide. 4 minutes later, Wolfenden was forced to nod across from the right behind at the far post. Gherkin was forced into serious action for the first time in the 33rd minute, diving low to stop Scott Dan's header from Palace skipper Jason Punchin's corner on the right. 3 minutes later, Idem made an important sliding challenge as Lockilo chased a Punchin ball down the middle. As the half moved into its final 5 minutes, the young Blues found themselves pinned back in the half, and shortly before the whistle Gherkin was called to make another save. The former Colchester man got across to his left to brilliantly pour away Cabey's 20-yard free kick, which looked destined for the top corner, Downes having fouled Lockilo. After Falami had chased down Rowe's long ball and Palace keeper Julian Speroni had deftly taken it past him on the edge of his box, much to the delight of the home fans, the half was brought to a close. The young Blues had far from disgraced themselves against a strong, if not full-strength, Palace side. The Eagles had had a lot of the ball, but had only forced Gherkin into 2 real saves, while the Town kids had also had spells of possession and carved out a couple of openings of their own, albeit without testing Speroni. Selina, who had started brightly, had become a peripheral figure as the half wore on, and Town needed to get the on-loan Manchester City man more involved in the second half. Ahead of the restart, Palace switched Dan for on loan Manchester United defender Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Wolfenden made a strong early run down the right before exchanging passes with Rowe, but the youngster's cross was too close to Speroni. Gherkin was forced into his first save of the second half in the 52nd minute, the townskeeper getting sharply down to his right to save Kaikai's low strike. Town's first chance of the second period came 3 minutes later. A corner on the left, the Blues' first of the game, was played short to Salina, who cut in and hit a shot which curled wide. Salina made a strong run down the middle a minute later before laying the ball to McLaughlin to his left, but his cross was cleared. On 57 Downs was booked for a foul on Van Aanholt, and as Palace prepared to take the free kick, they swapped the Dutchman for ex-Blues loan Mam Townsend. Cabai shot high and wide from distance as the game approached the hour mark, with the young Blues still very much in match gallery for photos. In the 65th minute, the Blues replaced Falami, who can be pleased with his battling debut up front, for Ben Morris, making it 5 debuts for the Blues. Town enjoyed a spell of pressure around the 66th minute mark, but without being able to create a clear-cut opening. But as the match moved into its final 20 minutes, 1 or 2 mistakes began to creep in as the young Blues backline tired, Kaikai taking advantage but shooting over before making way for Chung Yong Lee. Then, as rain suddenly began to fall heavily, Palace took the lead in the 76th minute. James MacArthur broke towards goal with the ball, turned inside Fowler and curled a shot past Gherkin and into the net. The young Blues began to find themselves under almost constant pressure, and on 78 a run from Townsend, whose introduction had significantly livened up the home side, ended with Lockilo being found in space at the far post. The Belgian should have scored, but Gherkin got across to save. Lockilo went close again soon afterwards, hitting the post after finding himself space with some trickery on the left of the area. Town swapped Needham, who had greatly impressed in his secondary role as a left-back, and McLaughlin, who had put in his usual combative display up front, for Monty Patterson and Chris Smith, both of whom were making the Town first-team debuts, taking the night's total to 7. Gherkin saved MacArthur's effort from distance on 82, but 2 minutes later the Scotland international made it 20, smashing his second of the night past Gherkin from 20 yards. As the game moved into 4 minutes of injury time, the Blues youngsters sent the travelling fans, who included rested left-back Miles Kenlock, wild by pulling a goal back, Morris turning the ball from the right to Salina, who tapped home his first goal for the Blues from close range. The goal gave the Town youngsters and the support renewed vigour, and they went looking for an equaliser in the remaining minutes. And it almost came seconds before the whistle when New Zealand international Patterson flicked a free kick from the right not too far away past Speroni's right post. But while there was to be no dramatic comeback, the young Town side can be very proud of their efforts. What was a far more experienced Palace side only started to really dominate in the closing 20 minutes as Town ran out of steam, and in the end they gave the home side a minor scare in the final moments. There were promising displays all over the team. Downs, McDonnell, Needham and Wolfenden probably the pick, while Gherkin handled impressively in goal, and manager McCarthy will feel the evening was a very useful exercise with a number of his younger French players as well as Salina and Rowe, who both looked a little off the top of their games, having got vital first-team minutes under the belts. The senior Blues 11 will be back in action in the Championship at home to Fulham on Saturday afternoon. Crystal Palace, Speroni, Ward, Dan Fosu-Mensah 46, Kelly, Van Aanholt, Townsend 56, Punch and C, MacArthur, Schlapp, Lockilo, Kaikai Lee 75, Cabai. Al News Tennessee, Tompkins, Milivojevic Benteke. Town Gherkin C, Wolfenden, Fowler, Webber, Needham C, Smith 81, Rowe, McDonnell, Downs, Salina, McLaughlin, Patterson 81, Falami, Morris 61. Al News Scrow, McKendry. Referee Andy Davis, Hampshire. Get a free £50 matched bet on Ipswich Town v Fulham or other matches by opening a new account at Ladbrokes. Place an initial bet of a minimum of £10 and Ladbrokes will match that bet up to £50. You must enter the promotional code F50 when placing your first bet. CTCs for details. Photo action images. Please report offensive, libelous or inappropriate posts by using the links provided. Loyal. Blue added 2,157 August 22nd just left the ground. What a brilliant performance. Never been so happy coming out from a 21 defeat. The boys did the club proud tonight. Feel like Palace are in real trouble this season though. Played football, worked hard. I couldn't ask anything more of them tonight. Flynn the standout as you would expect. But they all did very well. Defense looked solid, midfield were solid, and the strikers were causing the back three problems. The difference was a 5-minute spell of lapse in concentration and becoming tired. Glad they got a goal, because they fully deserved it. On to Saturday. Mick has got some decisions to make. 18 Lil Cornish Blue added 2157 August 22nd. What can I say? That was excellent, a complete but pleasant surprise at how well our youth team played against a Premier League side that had 6 players from the first team, especially when one of my group was predicting a 61 hammering to Crystal Palace. All of them should be very proud of themselves, as you did the fans proud, something we didn't see a lot of last season. Flynn Downs, Nidham, the other CM and the CBs were particular standouts. It's a shame I can't remember all of the names. Tears of joy. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, were awful, and fans should be really concerned about how their team will fare in the Premier League season if they continue to play like that. 8 Dangerous 30 added 2158 August 22nd. Well done Town. 9 Blue Arrow added 2158 August 22nd. We're proud of you, we're proud of you, we're proud of you, we're proud. 3 Grumpy Oldman added 2158 August 22nd. Well done, not disgraced. Who cares about this competition anyway? 2 Osborne added 2158 August 22 Genius. Bonkers. COYB2 Suffolk Blue 13 added 2159 August 22nd. Fantastic performance from the young lads, well done all round, and let's look forward to Saturday. Bigger setback for Fulham, so let's take all 3. 4 Cat added 2200 August 22nd. Very respectable scoreline under the circumstances. Thinking about the kids lining up was like sending your own off to their first day at school. As Big Chris would have said, it's been emotional. Lol. 3 Suffolk Punch 1978 added 2200 August 22nd. Not a result, but pats on back. IMO 2 Blue and Truessence 82 added 2200 August 22nd. That's a decent showing since it was in effect the U21s. Well done. 2 WBTG 94 added 2201 August 22. I'm so unbelievably proud to be an Ipswich Town supporter. Firstly, well done to the lads, surely real food for thought. 4 Secondly, a huge congratulations to the academy, thoroughly well deserved. Up the Town. 11 Kiwi Blue added 2202 August 22nd. Well done you blue boys, future looks bright. 2 Warwick Blue added 2202 August 22nd. Well deserved, congratulations to our youngsters. 2 Dirty Dingus Maji added 2203 August 22. Well done lads. Listen to match, and sounds like everyone in the team put in a decent shift. Certainly were not humiliated as some expected them to be, far from it. Heads up lads. 3 Martin 587 added 2204 August 22. A true gutsy performance from the lads. Very well done, and I'm very proud of every one of you. Even though we lost, it's still a happy drive home for me. Thumbs up. 3 Trefsky added 2205 August 22nd. Come on then, where's the hate army and the out army? XDIDIDNT go to the match, but I did watch the play-by-play and the kids should be proud of themselves. For a lot of them either getting the debut or the first full 90 minutes at senior level, playing against a Premiership side that had a lot of the main players in the squad. I thought they did fantastic. Downs and Nidham being outstanding as always. Gherkin pulling off some fantastic saves, Morris assist, and Selena's goal. If I were I would take some of them on Saturday. It was a shame we didn't pull at least level with a flurry towards the end, but at least there is no more injury or suspension worries going into Saturday, and hopefully this doesn't put a downer on anything. 3 Ian Marshall 10 added 2206 August 22nd. Great effort from all the players tonight, proud to be a Blue after hearing it on the radio. Well done all the young guns, the future is promising. 2 Bluetone added 2208 August 22nd. Well done lads, you did us proud. 2 Pinewood Blue Boy added 2209 August 22nd. Great effort from the boys tonight. They can be proud of that performance. Hopefully a bright future for some of them. 3-1 PSW1 chain added 2210 August 22nd. Fair play to the young lads, brave performance and not a bad result at the end of the day, not gonna lose sleep over it. Bring on Fulham now and keep our run and confidence going. Coib1 Tractorbees added 2212 August 22nd. Listened on the Palace site whose commentators were most complimentary about our boys. Well done all of you, I'm proud of you. UTTB's 3 Tractormat added 2214 August 22. I listened on the radio tonight and can't help wondering what our first 11 would have done to a very poor Palace side. I know injuries ECT stopped this, but I think it all adds up to a great improvement this season. Radio London does reckon that Saturday's game is 3 easy points for Fulham, but they might be slightly biased. Well done the boys tonight, you did the club absolutely proud. 0 Prebza added 2215 August 22. A real decent performance, though everyone tried really hard and kept going to the very end of the game. Palace out a decent team, so we stood firm really well for quite a while, and TBH there was not a huge difference between the two sides. People will most likely disagree, but if we're going to keep playing 4 strikers, one of them on the wing, I think we should replace Sears with Selena. Like I say, people will disagree, but that's my opinion. He works hard enough to be in the team and is more skillful than Sears. 0 Runaround added 2217 August 22nd. When I saw the respective team lineups, I feared we might be thrashed 6 or 7, but it sounds like we gave them a good game. We're definitely not disgraced. I'm not a fan of resting players for cup matches, as embarrassing defeats always happen, which kills any momentum the team may have. However, in the current situation it was understandable the changes that were made. Even though we lost tonight, hopefully it won't adversely affect Saturday. We'll have given some young players the senior debut, which they will remember forever. Bring on Fulham 1 Soon 98 added 2218 August 22nd. Great showing from the future ITFC stars, did themselves proud. Tractor boys and girls, fantastic safe journey home. Bring on the Fulham 3. You need to log in order to post your comments.